Hey, why?
All right. Here we go. We're live.
Oh.
Everybody's fixing coffee. Kenya's fixing coffee.
You literally started.
Coach Hatcher's fixing coffee. Welcome, everyone, to this week's Power Hour podcast, Tennessee USA Wrestling, episode number 34. We're from all over the place right now. I'm your host, Mike Hatcher. I'm in Nashville. Finally back. And we have some special guests. My co-host, Kenya Sloan, right there. And she is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we got a couple special guests on with her right now.
We do.
Yes, we do. Well, who we got here? Introduce who you got there. I know who they are. But
Tito's not here. Well, sure. This is Tito, our junior national team coach for our boys team that's competing in Tulsa tomorrow. And then myself and Coach Brock are here to coach our girls national dual team tomorrow and Wednesday.
Love it. So we got Tito Navarro joining us today. It's always good to see him. I see him way too often already.
Every
Guns, yeah, every day. I gotta plug in for the club, right, Tito?
Yeah.
Young Guns Nashville
What do you guys
coach.
have going on over there at Young Guns Nashville?
Hey, we got a little bit going on, don't we, Tito?
A lot going on.
Is the room sad without Tito
We're
there?
getting better every day.
Big camp coming up.
Yeah, big
We
camp.
are. We got a huge camp coming up. Actually, I'll explain that a little bit later too. But we just added a couple of new clinicians for our Young Guns camp at the end of the year. Not that we didn't have enough All-Americans, national champions, all that type of stuff, college coaches at our camp to begin with. But now we just added Minnesota legend Luke Becker, who's the head assistant at the University of Minnesota, 4-time Division I All-American, national champion, absolute stud. So he is coming as well. So it is it's getting to be a loaded camp. I think we got two or three more Johnson All-Americans as well. And then we added a girl All-American from Lock Haven last year.
Awesome. What are the dates for the camp?
The dates of the camp are July 29th through August 2nd at the TOA Center in Franklin. So last year we put down 8 mats. This year we may have to squeeze a couple more in, and that's that. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So I'll put a little another plug at the end of the podcast for that as well. Also, our duels. I know I broke out some big news last week for our duels, or week before last.
Yeah,
our duels. Yeah. So big stuff coming here to Middle Tennessee. So excited, pretty pumped. So that's that. But just catch it up a little bit. Obviously, Kenya, Tito, and Brock are out in Tulsa. Last week, fortunately and unfortunately for me, because it was a last-minute trip, fortunately, I have some great coaches in my stable in Middle Tennessee, like Mr. Tito there. But I had to make a last-minute trip to the 14U duels last week in Pennsylvania. So
how was that?
We were running a day late in our singlets, so why wouldn't the state chairman hand deliver it to those youngsters? Hand deliver them. So, but no, it was awesome. It was great seeing them compete out there. The unfortunate part with our 16U or 14U team is that we were missing 6 weight classes.
Oh man!
Which is a lot. And that's.
I think
you look at 5 points per forfeit. That's 30 points. 30 points in the hole right away. It's very, very, very difficult to overcome that. But I tell you what, we had. I would have to get. I'm going to get the specifics down when we do a whole duels recap next week, because I know we had 1 or 2 kids on the all tournament team. I'd like to get them on the podcast, and then also getting all the specifics as far as like. Tallying up the head-to-heads, because that's when you're giving up 30 points, it's really difficult to win dual meets.
Right.
So if you're winning head-to-head, I think that's a pretty true test on what type of scrappers you're out. And
Absolutely.
I tell you what, Tennessee did a great job. Really, really scrapped. I know they won a couple dual matches. They were in some very, very, very hotly contested ones just over the 2 days that I was there. So they represented us really, really well. They scrapped hard, and very, very proud of the 14U team. They did a fantastic job. So that's all.
Awesome. Yeah, what a great way to start us off.
Yeah. We'll have some more specifics on it next week. But like I said, it was unfortunate I had to go up there because unfortunate our singlets were late, but the kids liked it. They liked them. I think the uniform package. Shout out to Nike. And Grant.
These are fantastic.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. We got this right here.
And
the black, but I'm rocking the black one.
State tournament.
We got Kenya and Brock rocking the Red Hoods. We got more. We got shorts. The shorts are sharp. The singlets are super sharp. So again, hats off to Nike Wrestling, Grant Turner. Look at that hat. Yes, sir.
I like the hats a lot too.
Hat on. There he is.
Oh, yeah,
The hats
Tito's got his hat on.
are awesome.
See, Tito's just saving. He's just saving everything till competition time. That's how he rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, come
Oh,
on.
so
We
nice
got
back-
our-
nice
We got the
backpack.
man of the hour right here.
Oh, look at this
We've
guy.
all been waiting for.
Yes, sir.
He rode a lime scooter here to be with us.
Coming in hot.
Not even.
Well, I tell you what, maybe we should jump back to our original. Now that Jarvis is back, go to original timeline, huh? We cover
Yeah,
the guys first, and then we'll roll
Let's
on
do
to the
it.
girls. Okay, good. So here's what we got.
We got a lot. Yeah. Here,
Like I said, we got a lot going on here. So those of you that are listening in the car, don't get an accident.
I know, really.
going on
Don't
here.
pay attention. Don't look. Just listen. Okay,
So
so
we got the whole junior boys team here.
yeah,
Whole
we're
junior boys
speaking
staff
of
right here.
Our
So-
entire coaching staff for our junior boys national team. So we'll introduce Coach Jarvis. I know if you guys have been on our show before, this is a familiar face.
Jarvis Little.
And we have a new face.
Smart Wrestling Club. Kyle Lee.
Franklin
Franklin.
High School.
And we've got Kyle.
There he is. Tito Navarro, Brentwood Academy, Young Guns. Kyle Lee, Young Guns as well. Jarvis got some Young Guns guys. And Jarvis also board member of the Youth Wrestling Alliance in Middle Tennessee. Had to throw that in there, Jarvis.
No, you just there you go. Okay,
Yep.
so let's go
So-
down. Let's go down.
Yeah,
the line.
we're gonna. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead. This is how we're gonna work this. Okay, this is how we worked in the past. Jarvis, you and Kyle and Tito, just go right up and down your lineup. Let us know. Let us know who we got, who's representing Tennessee, what you're expecting, and so just break it down for us. I mean,
No worries. I have to look up my lineup, but I tell you what. First thing I want to start with is, I don't know if you paid attention to the girls like coaching staff and how they were all coordinated and all this. Like they're making us look bad. Making us look bad. Look at
Oh, you didn't see it
me,
wrong.
Kyle, and Tito. We just look like hobos over here.
Yeah. I mean, I think you guys just walked in and said, "Hey, I think they're doing a podcast. Let's just jump on there." See what happens.
That's exactly what it is. So, as far as our lineup goes, we're young. This year, I'll say this: we have a bunch of kids that want to be here, which is probably the most important thing. We only have 2 seniors that graduated on this group, so we're really young, and we have about half of the lineup are cadets.
Wow.
So that's a good thing. Now, I'm saying that not only to set expectations, but to give guys perspective. We're super young, and the goal for this group is to be exposed, because I think this year I want them to compete and feel what the junior group is like. Next year, I expect this same group I expect the core of this group to come back, and that's when I think we'll really do damage. So I think it's about growth for us and less about kind of winning, if that sounds okay. Starting with the youngest. So we do have a 100-pounder. We found him, a kid out of Baylor, Tristan Mouton.
All right.
Solid kid, and I can tell you already, I think he's a freshman, and he's going to be an Ironman because he's the only 100-pounder on our roster. So he's getting all the matches. He's getting all of them. At 106, I think we have a couple of 106-pounders. Am I right?
Yeah, we have 2.
Who's the first one is Drury, right? He's new to the group for us, kid out of Christian Brothers. But the other one is Jose Cordero. Now, the thing about Jose is he's a first-year junior, but he's been to this junior trip every year he's been in high school.
So he's not.
So
It's not
he-
really like he's the first year.
So he's going to be my guy, right? That's going to
He's
be
basically a team captain, isn't he, at this time?
Absolutely. Right? That's the kid. And my aside there, and we have a long lineup, but my aside there for Cordero, man, is I got a ton of love for that kid, because all I get is yeses out of him. Hey, you want to do? Yep. Hey, you want to wrestle one? Yep. So that's a kid that I'll ride for that dude, even though he's at Cleveland. I mean, that's another story. But he's my guy, though. I really got a ton of love for this kid. At 13 pounders, Lock Sessions, kid out of Independence. He was here with us last year I think he's a second year cadet, so he's a true junior this year. But he came with us last year at the 11th hour. So looking forward to seeing him. He's a little banged up. So we're gonna have to kind of make sure we take care of them. One of the promises I made to a lot of moms is that I'm gonna take care of your kids. You know, it's like I'm gonna make sure that I put them in the way of success in every way, form, or fashion. So I'm not gonna be attacked by the moms of Tennessee. So I got to make sure I take care of that.
Now that'd be a ruthless group. We should put them on. With some other states' moms.
No doubt. I think he's our only 13-pounder. At 20, we have two guys. We have a kid out of Father Ryan, Aiden Hare, and Cash Waymeyer. Again, two kids that are like actually up and coming. Like Aiden Hare, he's not new to wrestling in Tennessee, but he's been around a bit. But he's really beginning to travel a little bit more. And Cash, man, everybody knows Cash.
He travels everywhere.
He's the mayor, and Cash was like lobbying to get on this team, like he was a politician or something.
Let's make sure that Cash is at the matches and not talking to kids from other states, because that has a tendency to happen. And make sure he's ready to wrestle.
Well, he got better at that though. As a freshman, my first year coaching him, he would talk to everybody.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh shoot, I got a match over here. Yeah. So basically, we got Tito in charge of Cash, and then we got Jarvis and Kyle. That's why. And now you guys know why I'm not on the junior dual staff, because I don't want to deal with that kid.
So at 26, we have one. Now we have some Ironmen that are coming up. We have Kyle Nielsen out of Spring Hill, first year with us. At 26, at 32, Chase Creaky. I think he's been on a couple of teams with us, but not lately. So he'll be at 32 for us. At 38, I think we have one kid at 38. Nate Simpson out of Page. One guy at all of those weights. So they're going to get plenty of action this weekend for those kids. And I want to highlight those guys because the one at a weight really, really matters, man. Because I don't know what I'm going to do, what type of gift I have to figure out how to give those dudes. But, man, this is a grind. And I want to make sure that they know that I absolutely appreciate the fact that they said, hey, I want to come and be on this team. At 44, we have a couple of 44-pounders. That kid out of Side of Daisy, not young, but not old either. Braylon Cosper.
Yeah.
And who's our other a Christian Brothers kid at 44? Is Will?
I think he's not in Russia. He's not in Russia. I think it's Wilson James.
Yep.
He was a late ad.
Good.
And the Christian Brothers kids, you're going to hear Christian Brothers a lot because as I was putting this roster together, a lot of people opted out. And one thing that is true, if I call Derek and say, I need, he'll say, you got.
Yep.
Like all of his kids, he said, give me 5 minutes, and then he confirmed everybody. So
That's Derek Harrison for you right there. And it's, I know the conversation. The kids might go like, you're going. There, no asking. That was, hey, junior dual spots open. Click, you're going.
No doubt. We don't have a 50-pounder. Our 50-pounder kind of slid out on us. Now, we do have two 44-pounders, so those 44-pounders will be wrestling every match. We're going to fill it all.
What's up, Chad?
What about Patrick?
We got Alabama on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama on the podcast. Yeah, we picked a hot spot.
Is it him or is it us?
I don't know.
There we go. Okay.
Are we back? All right.
Yeah, we're back. We're good.
At 57.
No 50.
No 50. At 57, we have another Christian Brothers kid, Mason Butler.
Yeah, Mason Butler.
But I brought my volunteer, Zachary Little, with me, and he was going to be my team volunteer. But we're going to make him weigh in anyway.
He's wrestling now.
As we started to thin out, we were like, look, hey, how you feel about weighing in? He was like, yeah, I guess. Well, we'll see.
No, he's wrestling now.
No doubt about it. At where we at? We're at 57. So 65, we have, who do we have at 65?
Blaze from Blackman.
Blaze Meeks, kid out of Blackman. Solid kid.
Kid's tough. I rode with him yesterday. He's really tough.
Yeah, man, and he is absolutely grown in the 65. I saw him yesterday. We went to Arkansas after they put us to work when we got there. And just watched that kid just wrestle. I was like, man, he looks good at 65. He looks really, really good at 65. So I'm excited to see what he does. At 75, we have two. Now, this is interesting. The difference between the younger guys and the older guys. I had a couple of younger guys that told me, Coach, do you mind if I go up a weight? One of my 120, one of my 13-pounder that's now a 120-pounder. I'm not gonna name any names.
Even though we just named his name.
And my 38 pounder that's now a 44 pounder. I'm not going to name any names here. I'm just going to leave you guys to guess who those guys are, right? Now, at 75, I had a 90 pounder that said, Coach, can I go down to 75? He's making the weight, Spencer Kahn, like independent kid. Yeah. Listen, one of the two seniors, man, he's about the business of winning this weekend. So I was like, good for you, son. Yeah. And our other 75 pounder happens to be our other senior, who is Drake Bowers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be looking at 75, and I'm going to be looking at absolutely everything, the records, the competition, and see what those guys do, because those are the senior statesmen on our team. I ain't say leaders, they're just old. That's all that is. As far as 90, we have a kid out of Memphis. I'm not sure what school Ashton Boswell goes to. Okay. But I know he's in Wave Wrestling Club, but I think he goes to one of the public schools out there. Well, you know what? I'm not going to name him, because if I mess it up, he's a big kid, so he might do something to me.
I'm going to hurt you.
At 215, we have a kid out of Blackman, I think, too. A kid named Yamil Rashid, and we don't have a heavy. Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't have a heavy. So, we have some holes that we have to strategically fill, but I want to see all these guys wrestle at their true weight class first. And then we'll make some business decisions after that, because we do have the ability to fill all the weight classes. But is it the right thing to do? I'm going to leave it to these smart guys over here to figure that part out. But that's our lineup, man.
Just knowing those two in the background right there, Jarvis, I would probably defer like all the thinking part to go to you, and then
oh my God,
Kyle and Tito. Well, I know maybe involve Kyle a little bit on those thinking decisions. Tito, you better just keep him strictly just in charge of just wrestling.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
So I can give Tito a hard time now, because I bought his Bonnaroo ticket on Saturday.
Yeah.
I put some money in that kid's pocket, so I could give him a hard time right now. He didn't have to eat a Bonnaroo ticket.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Where were you going?
Could you guys actually dive a little deeper into the dynamic of obviously coaching on a dual team is a little bit different than just being in the corner of a mat. There's three of you guys. So whenever we're live out on the floor, what does the dynamic look like between you three coaches to, move people? Those are big decisions to move someone into a spot. So what's that dynamic look like between you three?
Let me give you I'll give you my thought first, and then Kyle, you jump in. What my role is to just look big picture at what's going on for each team, because I think all of us really know these guys, but I'm going to look at the lineup as they're going, as the tough matches are coming, and then I'm just going to make suggestions. Right, mm-hmm. This is who I think we should put in, and then they're going to make the call. I'm gonna yield to you guys for all that.
It's nice that Greco's first. I've seen a lot of these guys attack legs and stuff for folk style season and stuff, but I'm excited for Greco, because we'll kind of get to see what who's tough, who's not, and who just wants to go out and win wrestling matches. And so we'll get a good kind of litmus test of who our tough guys are in Greco and stuff, and then we'll play from there. I think we have a lot of we're missing weight, so we'll have to bump around a little bit, and as guys get banged up, we'll have to bump around, and but I think we'll make do with what we got. I know that we're not a super strong Greco state, but I think it'll help us figure it out for freestyle, and I think that's where we're going to do the most damage anyway. So, but I love Greco, so I'm just excited for Greco and see these guys who have seen attack legs all folk style season go over body and stuff. So yeah.
I'll say this, as far as the scoring, being here for a few times, I understand how the scoring works. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be some moments where the kid's going to get very explicit instructions. Look, I need you to score 8 points, right? Because that matters. I need you to get a step out. I need you to commit to scoring something. The 10-0s are just as bad as pins. We can't give those up, but we'll educate the kids as they go. After this 4 days, they'll have a really, really good understanding of the difference in scoring, because for those who don't know, folk style scoring is very different. If we score a point, even if we lose the match, as long as we don't give up a fall, we get a point. So you help the team. Yeah. So we've had many of matches where come down to criteria just because somebody scored a point and they were down 8-0, and instead of giving up that last gut, they went underhook, push, and who wants it more? So that's something that we're going to see who is tough. And we're gonna let them know that we need certain things and see how far these guys will go for us.
Yeah, that's an awesome way to look at it. I mean, it's true. It makes a big difference. It could be as easy as, maybe being the active wrestler. So you didn't your opponent got a shot clock point,
right,
or you got a shot clock point. And I think it'll be fun for you guys as a coaching staff. This is probably new for a lot of you guys that are younger to be able to let this be a learning experience, but to be able to go to your corner in that moment, you have a coach tell you what you need, and you go back into the mat. And even if it's something you've not done before, right? A lot of them haven't wrestled in a freestyle duel, so that'll be fun. They're definitely in good hands with you guys.
Yeah, and these duels are cool because, and like I said, this is something I kind of experienced last week a little bit. Being there, the 14U team. It was when you go out there and wrestle an individual tournament, obviously it's all you for the most part. You get a couple of your teammates, maybe get in the corner, stuff like that. Now you got a whole following. I mean, and every time the kid would come back in the corner to get instruction, in the between the two periods, it was and I don't know how legal this was, but this was the whole tournament. It was the whole teams and their fandom and the coaches are coaching. Literally there's
one massaging one leg, the other
corner,
massaging someone on
14 kids in the other corner making sure that they're getting ready. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if they're going to allow that in the juniors. The 14Us might be a little bit more lax, but yeah, but that's
more fun.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
But that's part of this experience too.
Yeah. And it's in there. The bonding part of it, I think, is great and stuff like that. So I think it's good. Yeah. So it's really.
And
good.
you're already seeing a lot of the kids come together and stuff, and kids from different parts of the state and stuff, which is super good for Tennessee wrestling.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that we got the. Well, I guess Tito's almost like a experienced vet now because he was on our Fargo team last year. So, but Kyle, we're getting him back involved, and which is a nice thing because these two are part of the OG. I would consider them OG of national teams here in Tennessee. I mean, people ask me anything about Kyle Lee. I tell them he is just he was like the Derek Harrison of duels back in the day. It was you need somebody to wrestle on a team. Kyle Lee, you call him. I don't even know how many dual meet teams that kid wrestled on. And then of course Tito, when he was coming through, he was on quite a few as well. We wanted them on the team. So your kids are definitely in good hands here with dual meet experience. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been here though.
10 years. Well, we're gonna make this. We're gonna use this as a stepping stone for us. You call them OGs, but it's funny because they're on the younger end of the spectrum when it comes to coaches, which is good. Because one of the things that we want to see is our younger coaches start to kind of lead these guys, and they don't care what I say. I mean, they look at me, they can tell. They're like, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. He walk around flip flops and keep rubbing his belly. But these dudes, they actually wrestle, so it looks a little bit different. So I'm excited to keep them on these teams for I say we just get them committed for next year already. Just go.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a great idea right now. This is usually how the podcast works. We've done this multiple times. How we got Kenny on this team.
I know. I'm taking
Tito. You're in for next year, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, there we go. Kyle, you're in for next year, right?
Let's go.
There we go. There you go. Your job's done. That's how we do it right here, Jarvis. Good. That's simple.
Texas next year. Be like, remember you said on that podcast?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll just pull this clip out next year and say, hey, remember you said this.
We already got our coaches, but yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything for our guys coaches before we?
Man, I'll tell you what. No, just really a big thank you for you guys putting together. I know it's just. I mean, we say this on the podcast when it gets around dual meets time and stuff like that. And people don't understand how difficult it is to put these things together. It's extremely difficult. There's so much time and effort into it. And so that's why I guess as state chairman, and I've gotten defensive a lot, I mean, when it comes to this time of the year, when it comes to duels, when it comes to Fargo, when it comes to knowing all the background, and
yep. And it's
got to be very, very defensive of parents and coaches and kids that have a problem with this or have a problem with that. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? You guys can always volunteer. It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, he helps out. So I mean, the amount of work that Jarvis puts in to this dual meet team, I'm just telling you right now, it is impressive. And like I said, for Kyle and Tito to take off a week of work, because that's really what it is. I mean, Kenya, you as well. I mean, it's they don't understand like the commitment. Like last week, I'm looking at it, and it's Scott Shipman. He doesn't have a kid on the team in 14U. He doesn't have. I mean, he brought Caleb just to kind of run around as like a table worker, and then Jamie Morrell is his boys 16U. Neither one of these coaches have any dog in the fight whatsoever, but they're taking a group of 14 and under kids all the way up to Pennsylvania, and then losing money on this deal because they both have real jobs.
Yeah.
And that's the type of people that I love having involved in the organization. So when people have a problem with what's going on, or they have an issue with this or issue with that, I'm like, really? I mean, we literally got people providing your kids and providing these kids throughout the state opportunities, and there really should be no complaining whatsoever. So that's my rant for that. So
Absolutely.
That's true.
that's right. But so, like I said, I'm very, very, very defensive of my coaching staffs. I'm very defensive of our board, just because I understand how much time and effort everybody puts into it and how little the return comes back. There's not a whole lot of ROI on it. That's for sure. So there we go.
There we go. Yeah.
But-
Thank you guys for doing it.
No problem. And
Yeah. Thank you.
now
guys.
you're gonna bring the A team on this all matching.
The A team. I know. I'm bring the I'm gonna bring the better uniform team on now. How about the A team? One that got it together. Thank you, junior boys. Best of luck today.
Okay. We're gonna
And
sit down for our grand reveal. 3. Where's Rob? Okay. 2, 1.
hey, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's a team, Jarvis. Where you at? Jarvis, that's a team that's got it together. My goodness.
We're even matching our bottom.
This is obviously a Mackenzie Fowler-led team instead of a Jarvis.
This is
Shout out
a
to
Mackenzie
Mackenzie.
Fowler, like, born and raised. It's the same.
Love it. Kenya, who you got here?
I've got here Rob McAvoy, and then Brock. Say your last name. Budasheim. Our 2, well, and me. I'm Kenya Sloan. Our 3 coaches for our girls national adult team.
Yes, love it.
Yeah.
Junior division. How's the juniors looking? Let's see what we got. Go break that lineup down, see what's happening. And
We're looking pretty strong. We had a few. It's kind of like how Jarvis was dealing with stuff. People dealing with family issues or whatever, injuries, things like that. So we had to. It was kind of nerve-wracking the whole time, like you were saying before. Building these teams and getting this stuff together can be stressful. It's a lot of work, and I don't think people really realize that, like how much goes into this stuff and trying to contact all these kids and their parents and get everything going. And for a while there, we had quite a few holes in the lineup, and with the help of Miss Fowler and all of us just kind of looking around and hitting people up, we filled the lineup minus the 95-pound weight class, which we're kind of hoping that maybe there's some other junior teams out there that are going to run into the same issue at 95. It's hard to find some junior girls that are that weight or willing to cut that weight this close. Like, we're about a month out from Fargo, so people are still on their descents down to where they want to go, and asking somebody to make 95 this early is kind of tough. So at 100 pounds, we have Riley Sturgill, no stranger to the game, absolute dog. Where I'm extremely excited to watch her out here in freestyle. I've only caught her in action in folk style so far, so that'll be fun to watch. 105, we have Grace Von Lowe and Betsy Sanchez. We're planning on rotating them back and forth between 105 and 110 where needed, depending on what's happening in the other team's lineup and things like that. 115, we had Alyssa Archer step up, kind of last minute. Like that. Thank her so much for stepping up, because 115 was a weight that was kind of tough to find, because again we're dealing with the descent to Fargo. The girls that are going 115, they're not there yet, so.
And there's also just this reality that's other things happening, right? We've got a lot of girls that would and should hold their own on this junior team who are wrestling the 16U team, which, I mean, kudos to them. We've got scholastic duels also that happen to be this weekend too, and people that could have very well fit in our lineup and been powerhouses in our lineup.
What's the scholastic duels? What's that?
Disney duels. They change the name of it, I guess. And so
come on, they got to know where all the good kids are at, though. Come on, and it's
hard to compete. So, but then there's also what happened though is you fill your lineup with people that you expect to be in and locked down, and so everyone else finds other plans, right? And then people start pulling away, and then our second option, well, they're already competing, so they're already obligated somewhere else, and then our third option is already obligated somewhere else, and then our fourth option. So we kind of had to, in some of our weight classes, we really needed people to just say like, hey, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And we're super grateful for those people that
Yeah.
were
Absolutely. It's awesome.
And all the girls that are filling in for those spots that we were kind of missing, they're tough in their own respects as well. You go to these competitions and you hope to build the best team possible to go out. And I think with what we were handed, we do have the best team possible we could have built. Like Kenya was saying, it's kind of tough with the girls, because you have the cadets, was 16U team that kind of pools as well, and a lot of those girls on that team could very well hold their own, like Kenya was saying, on the junior team. We would have loved to have them, but
which just creates excitement for this team in the future.
Up and coming,
I mean, women's wrestling is just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and in Tennessee especially. So the years to come, these teams are just going to get stronger and stronger and more competitive, and we hope to get to a point where girls are fighting for these spots, and we don't have to go search for them.
Yep.
Moving forward to 120, we have Elisa Rankin. She's on her way down to 115 for Fargo. She's having a great weight cut. She wrestled 132 this year, this season.
Wow.
Her diet's great. She's looking healthy today. A couple hours before weigh-in. Really working hard in the room. I'm excited to see her compete. 125, Abby Vanderhayden. Another one that's just a go-getter.
Had to be on the show week before last.
Yeah.
Team captain, right?
Yeah, team captain.
See?
Work ethic is fantastic. Positive attitude. She's fun to have around. Just you gotta try to fight her to keep her off the mat. You know what I mean? So
True story. Yesterday we're trying to pull girls to go. We stopped in Little Rock for a workout, right? And shower situation was slightly complicated. So towards the end of our practice, I'm just trying to get some of the girls in the shower so we can get on the bus and go afterwards. And I grab Abby and a few others, and I'm like, "Hey, go ahead and grab your stuff. I'm gonna shower." And Abby didn't move, and I was like, I wonder if she heard me. And she was like, "Can I be the last one to go?" And I was confused. I was like, "Do you not have your stuff?" And she's like, "I just want to be on the mat as long as I can." And I was like, "Man,
yeah, that's captain material for sure."
I love it.
Shout out to Little Rock, by
that's what I was just about ready to do
for letting us stop by halfway through on our trip to.
How'd that go?
Beautiful facility.
Love it.
Very welcoming.
Yeah. Who took care of you? Javier?
Yeah.
The boy Javier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was Neil there?
Absolutely awesome. I only saw Javier.
Yeah. Javi's my boy.
The whole staff.
Yeah. Jarvis just said the whole staff came through. We were kind of
good. Yeah. Neil and Albert, they're both, those guys. I tell you what, Little Rock is crushing it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they are.
I'm extremely happy that our kids, the boys especially, got the opportunity to kind of roll in there and be around those coaches and stuff, because what that program's doing and going to continue to do is just going to be phenomenal. So, 125, Sierra Barrios. Another super tough wrestler, just constant workhorse. Text me, can we get in the room today? She's extremely excited. This is her first national dual team that she's a part of, so I'm excited as her high school coach to be able to be on this trip with her and share this moment with her. And I remember I had, because the spot had kind of opened up, we needed another 25-pounder, and I have the video on my phone of me kind of sending her, I forgot exactly what it was, but maybe something about her gear sizes and stuff. And she's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is, you're on the junior dual team." And she was pumped about it. So that's an exciting one. Mariana Bowen, 130. Super, super pumped to see what she's got going on. We've been working on some good stuff in the room. So hopefully we can see her open it up a little bit. And she's a dog. 135, Evelyn Ochoa. Absolutely fantastic. Great coaching staff that she's with. She's in middle college right now. And she's they just landed. So exciting to see her wrestle. Maddie Jones stepped up, not extremely last minute, but it was pushing it a little bit. Her mom and her actually drove out here, all the way out here yesterday, followed the buses. So another 140, Allie Bryant. Just so happens she's out here visiting family at this time. So she was like, "Yeah,
I'll stop by.
I'll be out there."
She's
So
like,
I'll
let me
just-
look at
Stop
my
by Rebel.
Yeah, I have a few hours.
yeah.
Heard there's a big tournament out there.
Yeah, my family's gonna be around. They get to watch me wrestle, so they're excited. Stitch Nicolau at 145. She's just had so much experience on teams, and she travels up to Michigan a lot and works with Team Michigan and all those coaches and girls up there. And so her exposure, whenever we go, like we went to Virginia Beach for NHSCAs, and she's one of those kids that you don't really have to like hype up before her match or talk her through her nervousness or not. She just goes out. She's been there before. You know what I mean? So she's definitely a really, really experienced girl that I'm excited to have on the team. Because I know she's just going to go out and wrestle. I don't have to. We're not going to have to like, hey, calm down or anything like that. She's ready to go. 155, and I believe our youngest girl on the team, Bella Lauren, 8th grader coming up into 9th grade, and she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. She got a lot to learn, but she's extremely tough, and it's funny watching her in the practice room to going into competition. It's like two totally different beasts. And as her coach, I'm trying to bring those beasts together because on the wrestling mat when she's competing, it's she's in your face, she's aggressive, she's so I'm excited to see what she's got going on. We also have Aaliyah Whaley at 155. She seems really, really stoked and pumped up to be here. And I'm excited to rotate both of them in throughout the competition and see them put on a little bit of a show. Becca Deo at 170, another captain. She came into our team camp and just kind of like her presence just kind of took over. Like she was there ready to work. There was no question about it. Walked in, just threw her stuff on, got on the mat, started warming up. Like you could see it in her face. She knew what she's here to do, and she's dialed in and focused up. So we got her, and then we have at 190 and 235, we have the two Grissom sisters, Carly at 190 and Sydney at 235. So it's pretty cool to have them both together here sharing this experience in Tulsa, and hopefully they can take care of some of those upperweight girls this week. And that's the lineup.
Love it.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
Unlike, I mean, we have the one hole, which kind of stinks, and there's a few places where we'll definitely be interchanging girls, but I think we might have an easy job in the fact that we're not going to have to do a whole lot of moving people around. We're just going to have a lineup, and there'll be 2 weight classes maybe. We've got girls interchanging.
Yeah, there's not at those weight classes that we have backup. It's not a definitive like this girl is
and this girl
stages and stages and stages above this girl. It's all pretty close. So it's like our substitutes are backups or rotations, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's pretty even around. So it's not like
it's not going to feel like we're taking a risk by maybe sending up the person who maybe wasn't in the number 1 spot. So I think it'll be really fun just to be able to let the few weights that we have 2 girls be able to go back and forth. But otherwise, like our lineup is pretty straightforward. So it makes it a little bit easier for us, but a little harder for them. But I think it'll make it fun to just be able to watch it play out.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Sounds like you guys got a pretty competitive team, and you can do a lot with that lineup, and kind of move around here a little bit there and that.
I'm just I'm excited that one to have this opportunity to coach with these guys, and that these girls get to this girl and this guy. But I'm excited for the girls to get this experience and to be able to come back to Tulsa where I competed. We're not going to say how long ago. It's just cool to. It was the same with Fargo last year, man. Just being out there and just watching like how my wrestling career and then came into my coaching career just kind of comes full circle, and to be able to to share these special experiences with these kids, and it's something that win or lose, we're gonna have a great time, and we're gonna go out and wrestle and kind of show everybody where Tennessee's at. So
Yeah.
Love it. And Brock, on this podcast, we don't do anything like age related, like how like for a full circle, just because the host is like twice your age and twice Kenya's age and everything like that. So we don't want to talk about like the days back in the days when they didn't even have these dual meet tournaments when he was in high school. We don't want to say anything along those lines. So when it comes to that, yeah, we kind of keep that under wraps a little bit, right?
We acknowledge the past, but we don't dwell on it.
Yeah, there you go.
I talk about blood rags and stuff like that.
Yeah,
kids look at me like, what is that?
Yeah, they look at you like, what? What is that?
Yeah. Oh man.
I love it. Well, like I said, hats off to the two of you, or the three. I'm sorry. As far as helping out, not only help out with this team, but just putting everything together and just taking the time off and just giving your expertise to these kids, and I know you guys are going to go out there and do nothing but coach hard and really represent our state really, really well. And like I said, we're very, very proud of the team y'all put together, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing the results, and seeing how things go this week.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, huge shout out to TNUSA. You, Mike, your whole team, Mackenzie Fowler, once again putting on a fantastic trip. Everything was pretty. I know we have some bumps in the road sometimes, like you were saying with the 14U uniforms. Kind of dealt with that with Fargo last year, but everybody just putting this together and making sure it runs smoothly. It makes our jobs a lot easier, and we can focus more on the wrestling aspect.
No way.
So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity and making sure that we're taken care of and running smooth.
Yeah, we can't say Mackenzie Fowler's name enough. Whenever
No,
it comes to showing about it.
Oh my gosh.
I say at this point in time, our MVPs right now, this time of the year, definitely Mackenzie Fowler. Jarvis Little would be another one on the boys' side. Josh Sturgill, our treasurer. And those are like our MVPs right now.
Yeah, Josh is on it. She drove.
Making sure all that stuff's like in line. And
Mrs. Fowler actually drove all the way from Cleveland to Clarksville for our camp, to be there for a couple hours. She got there. She put Piper on the plane in Nashville and slept in our parking lot until we came to open up the door. she's
the definition of a saint.
Oh my gosh, man, she's amazing. So it's great to have people like yourselves backing us up and allowing us to do our jobs and
growing the sport.
Growing the sport. Really appreciate it. And
absolutely.
To all the kids out there, when you walk into folk style season this year and you see your friends and you see your opponents, and their wrestling has evolved to stages where you're just kind of surprised and asking how is that possible? It's doing this wrestling all season, trying to get on these teams, talking to your coaches, to reach out to us, to reach out to Mike Hatcher, get you on a team, wrestle in the summer and spring. You're going to see the growth. You're going to see the growth. I know Kenya pushes it, Rob pushes, I push it, Mike, you push it with the young guns. I mean, it is imperative for you to be great in this sport.
Yeah.
So,
and this might just be my female perspective, but it's also just freaking fun.
Yeah.
That's why we do this for. At the end of the day, of course, it's going to take us places. It's going to form who we are as people. It's going to bring opportunities. But at the end of the day, like we continue to do it because we love it and it's fun. And trips like, obviously, I mean, wrestling at home is great and fun too. But trips like this, where you're like on a bus with 30 other people who do the exact same thing you do, who love the exact same thing you do, and you get to make friends, and you get to learn from coaches you don't normally learn from, and you get to go see a new city that you maybe never been to. I mean, it's just freaking fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if nothing else, like, please do it to get better, but also, like, do it to enjoy the sport. Why not? Why not have fun while we're doing it?
I mean, why wouldn't you want to, represent your home state? And like you said, just it's experience. It's just, it's shocking to me that, I mean, I don't know. You want to do what all the best kids are doing, and all the best kids in the country are on their state teams. They just are. I mean, all of them are. It's crazy that if you're one of the better kids in our state, or you think you're one of the better kids in our state, and then you're not involved in these dual meet tournaments or these dual meet teams, I'm not sure what you're thinking. I really don't. I mean, because just look at the other states. Look at the other states and see if the best kids are on their team.
Yeah.
95% of them, 95% of the best kids from every other state is on the team.
Mm-hmm.
The other 5%, they're probably, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, already, you know what I mean? They're 1-2s in the country and pound for pounds and everything else. And they still may be on the team, who knows? So it's crazy. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think this is the ultimate proving grounds because since the state tournament, especially for the boys, is split up between 3 divisions, this brings it all together. And, this is the ultimate proving grounds, and it's definitely for the girls, too.
Yeah.
Shows who's actually the best in the state.
Absolutely. Plus, if you join a team, you get to get cool gear like us. So
that's it right there.
There you go.
No, I was just explaining this whole process to one of the 14U parents last week who's very, very new to the sport. And then we'll end with this, and because I know we got our other coach here in the background ready to roll, but they're very, very new to this, and they were a little frustrated because it was because son had some good matches, some bad matches. It is what it is. And I'm like, okay, right now, if you're one of the best wrestlers and you have an interest in wrestling, you are wrestling freestyle and Greco. That's just the way it is. Right. I mean, there's a lot of other folk style stuff. There's all kinds of, if you want to pay the money, you can go and wrestle folk style anytime you want year round. But that's not where the real serious kids. The serious kids are all in the freestyle Greco mat. Let's not confuse it. So now you're at a tournament, the 14U duels, that were all the serious kids that are serious about wrestling because they're wrestling in the freestyle Greco rope. Now the best out of that from each state, they are all in this one room. that's all. So like all the best of the serious kids are all in this big arena right now, representing their state, and that's just you literally have all the best kids, all the ones and the twos in every state throughout the country on the team. All the serious kids that are serious about wrestling are wrestling freestyle and Greco right now, and all the kids that are best of that, they are on the state teams right now. I don't know why you would want to surrender yourself to that. That's it. That was put that in perspective.
If you don't have enough reasons to try and step up and get on these teams, then you didn't pay close enough attention.
That's it. Good. Well, coaches, we appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mike. Have a great one.
You got it. Best of luck to you guys today. All right, Kenya, we got one more guest.
One more.
Let's get it here. I think he might be taking here too. There he is. What's going on, Coach Sakarzik?
Hey, what's going on, gang?
Coming in live. See, we're going all around the country here. We got Tulsa. I'm in Nashville, obviously, and now we got Coach Sakarzik, Eric Sakarzik from Cleveland, coming in from Indiana. 14 and 16.
Well, actually, I think he's. Well, is he there? Can you see?
You're in Indiana right now, right?
I'm still in Cleveland. This is
you're still in Cleveland. You're leaving after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had our guys and girls.
He's frozen on my end. Am I frozen?
No, you're good.
Oh, I can't see Coach Eric. He's frozen on my side. Very.
There.
You got me? All right.
That's okay.
Hey.
I'll let you ask questions.
All right. Are you on? You must be on your phone.
No, I'm on my laptop. I'm at school.
You on your phone or laptop?
Laptop.
Oh, you're okay. All right. That's weird. All right. Well, we can see you. I mean.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, you're loud and clear to me.
Well.
Yeah, we're all good, Kenya.
Sweet. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Coach Eric. Yeah. He's hopping in, sliding in between sessions right now.
That's right. Okay. So what do you guys got going on right now in Cleveland? Training camp?
So we just finished up the combine camp. This morning we had our routine lift. Girls had practice. We had a Fargo practice. I did a middle school practice. And after I get done with this, I'm going to lift.
There we go. Oh, there goes Kenya. All right. Yep. Well, good. Well, shoot. She'll be back in. She'll pop back on here. Well, good. So then you're hitting the road, getting ready now. So you're going to be helping us when Kenya comes back on. She'll obviously come back in, but so you're going to help us. You're going to help us out here with the 14 and 16U rosters, right?
I don't have the 16U roster, but I got the 14U for you.
Okay.
Coach Beckwith's manning up the 16.
Okay. Now we'll just go with the 14U with you, and then maybe we'll get Coach on a little bit later date. We got you back. You here? Can you see us, Kenya? Kenya? You there? It might have some technical difficulties. All right. Well, I tell you what, if she starts figuring it out, I can't hear you.
Oh, wait, I think I can see you. Are you there?
Are you good? You hear us now?
I'm just glad it's not technical difficulties on my end because, Boskin likes to joke me about being too old.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know what's going on with Kenya's deal there. But all right. Well, I tell you what. Here's what we'll do. Until that, yeah, she'll come back on. Let's go ahead and go through 14U duels team, and then and what the expectations are with them, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So I just start out by saying we thought it was going to be a lot easier to roll this team together, but we had some difficulties. I think we had 4 or 5 girls that age-wise just missed the cut, so they were too young, which hurt us on the lightweights. And then we had 1 or 2 injuries from other sports and some mishaps. So Mackenzie Fowler and I have been working aimlessly to try and fill this roster out, and we've got more girls than we have holes now, so we're in great shape.
All right.
But on our lower weight, our lowest weight, we've got Sophia Lee coming out of Seymour. And it was funny. The other day she asked me, she said, "Coach, I've never wrestled a freestyle match." And I said, "We just got done going live. You're good." But she said, "You're not going to be upset if I lose." Nope. You got good offense. You got good parterre defense. And that's all we worry about. So we're excited to have her. Bringing Doria Hamlet in from
Doria's going.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yep. So yeah, we've got her in there.
Kenya, can you hear us? Kenya, I think it's her connected.
I can hear now.
All right, good deal. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Doria Hamlet.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like having the female version of Nick Simmons.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, I'm telling you what. You talk about tough, boy. Pound for pound, she might be one of the toughest people in Tennessee. She's like, every weekend she's doing something combative. Whether she's at our Young Guns wrestling practices all the week, and then on the weekend she might be at a wrestling tournament or a jiu-jitsu tournament or a combination of both, and like knocking people out and pinning people. And she's a savage. Tell you what, she's tough.
Yeah, no doubt there for sure. Then our next 2 coming in are gonna share a little time at 108 and move around a little bit so we cover up some holes. We got Isabella Sanchez, also out of Williamson County. Mm-hmm. And then when we got your very own Libby Robledo. So we're looking forward to her. She's high energy,
to say the least.
yeah. She kept me on my toes, so we had fun though.
Yeah, that would be one way to describe Libby. Yes, high energy. She's actually one of your veterans. She was on the team last year.
That's it. Yeah, looking forward to her bringing back that little bit of charisma from last year's program, our team. So yeah, keep things going. After that, we've got Ellen Anderson out of Elite Academy out of Memphis. Also one of those girls that dabbles in jiu-jitsu and stays very active, plays soccer. So super good look to her. So I'm excited to see her. Haven't had much experience with her other than camp, but I really liked what I saw there. So very, very encouraging. We missed out on baby Kaylee, as we call her, Kaylee Miller, because she's going to Scholastic duels. Yeah. But we think that Ellen will be a great fit behind her. So excited about that. Out of Blackman, our next 2 weight classes, we got Mackenzie Grove. She's at 27, and then at 43, we've got Sky Hancock. So we just added Sky in there. So looking forward to that. Didn't have Sky in the room for any camps, so I don't know a whole lot about her. But Mackenzie made some big strides while we were at camp, both the regional and the team camp. And then I won't call her my favorite, but she's been my most fun to work with, because you can't have favorites, right? But Aiden Pilarowski came out to Cleveland for our regional camp. We had about 4 girls who couldn't make it, and they texted us and said, "Hey, we still want to come." And I'm like, "I'll be there for every session, every minute." And we worked for 7 hours over 2 days. And she texted me when she got back about what she remembered. I'm just really encouraged, and I was able to roll with her because she was a bigger wrestler. She was a true 183. So
this is my opinion on it, Coach, and this is my opinion, like all throughout coaching. You are, if you don't have favorites, then you don't have any kids that are trying to overachieve. Those should 100% be your favorites. And every coach be able to say, yes, this kid is my favorite. You know why? Because he's not only at practice every day, or he or she's not at practice every day, on time, before, stays after, does everything I ask, everything like that, as compared to you. You don't do anything. So yes, this one would be my favorite. This one would not be my favorite until they start doing what this one does, and then all of a sudden they're both my favorites. That's the way it works.
I agree with you, but Isabella and Sky weren't able to make the team camp. And so the reason I say I can't have a favorite is because each of those young ladies right there in between sessions put in extra work. We either raced to 50 calories on the bike, or time to 1,000 meters on the rower, or went an extra session of live, or did yoga. These ladies put in the extra, and so I
know about the yoga. Shoot. Yeah,
a little bit of Greg Weber yoga.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Incorporate that yoga. That's good.
Yep.
See?
We got 3 yogis on this show right now.
I know.
Right.
What's up? Sakar's like, no, I'm not a yogi.
I do it. Hey, if I can't do it, the old man's I still got the fastest time on the bike, and I'm still fastest to 1,000 meters. Now I'm not catching Logan Fowler, but
yeah. See, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I just do yoga. Well, that's good. Well, it sounds like you guys got things ready to roll, and got a team of competitors on there ready to represent the state of Tennessee. It's been good. So I'm looking forward to seeing the results. So
absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Kenya, what do you got for questions here with Coach Eric?
I know. Sorry, I missed the first few minutes, so you guys might have touched on it already. But can you talk a little bit about the rest of the coaching staff that you guys have going and what that dynamic looks like? Have you guys coached this team together before?
Well, so my assistant, I've coached for a few years, but ironically enough, when Mackenzie reached out to me and she said, "Hey, who would you like to bring with you?" I said, "Well, let's get in touch with Kenya." She said, "Sorry, she's taken."
Everybody wants
if I could be in both Indiana and Tulsa, I would.
Yeah. Hey, I think they should all be in the same place anyway. But so then I went down the line and I asked for Ashlyn Ortega. And Ashlyn's obviously she's in the middle of a move, so we couldn't do that. So then I arrived at who I have in my corner with me this week is my son Brooks, and so he's graduated college. He's ready to jump into his coaching career. So we said let's get into the fire and go.
There we go.
Yeah, we won't tell him that he was your third choice. Don't worry.
Yeah. Nobody watches the podcast anyway.
Yeah.
Not live, at least.
Exactly.
Not live, at least.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Have you and your son got to coach together before?
We have not. No, we've always been on the coach athlete end of things. So
this is a new dynamic.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Tell you what, the girls might be seeing maybe a little father-son clash at times, maybe, huh?
Let's hope not.
What you tell them that for? What you tell them that for?
Morgan's not coaching with me, so we shouldn't see too many clashes.
That's true. That would probably be some clash in there, I would think. So,
yeah,
awesome. Good deal. Cool. Good. Well, I tell you what, everyone, it's been a good duels recap. Man, wish we could have got Coach Beckwith on here and talk a little 16U. I know they're busy with in travel and in transit and stuff like that. 14U, obviously, we had that last week and we had a whole thing there. Had a hard time getting them on, but like I said, the teams that we reviewed today, a little up and coming deal, and giving everybody a heads up on what we got coming up and to pay attention to the results. Just so everybody knows, Coach, weigh-ins tomorrow, correct?
Yep.
And then
we're weighing in at 5 o'clock. We got the match to wrestle from 3 to 4, weighing at 5, and team dinner at 6:15.
And then wrestle on Thursday.
That's it.
And then Kenya, you all weigh in tonight or today coming up?
We weigh in tonight, wrestle tomorrow and Thursday.
Yep. Wrestle tomorrow on Thursday. The boys, same thing. I think they weigh in tonight. Start wrestling tomorrow, Greco, and they wrestle out throughout the weekend, with the freestyle. So
yeah,
that's what we got.
It's a good week to be a fan of wrestling.
That's it. Pay attention. I believe everything's streamed on track. So you guys all tune in, cheer on Tennessee. And next week, Kenya and I will go over all the dual team results. We'll get some kids that performed real well on these teams, get them on here, talk to them a little bit about it, and then start gearing up everything for Fargo.
It'll be fun. We'll have some good results next week for sure.
Absolutely. Coach Sakarzik, we appreciate you.
No, thank you. It's an honor to be part of this great thing we got going on in Tennessee right now.
It is.
Love it. Thanks so much for your help.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, there we go, Kenya.
What a show.
We didn't get the other two teams on here because we're hitting on an hour right now. And I think one of us has to go to workout right now, right?
I know. I do. Yeah, I got to find something to eat first. I'm about to start going through the little concession cooler over here in the hotel. And then we'll leave it. Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, like I said, this has been good. I love the fact we have so many kids in the state of Tennessee wrestling right now and representing the state and yeah, people like yourself on these coaching staffs, helping, mentor these young kids, and yeah, good stuff.
It's good. Today was a fun show. I'm glad we got everyone together.
Absolutely. It'll be fun next week. We'll recap a little bit, get some kids and coaches on there and recap the duels, and that'll be it. So
it'll be good.
Yeah, without any further ado, you got anything else? Good?
No. See you next week. Let's wrestle.
All right. Sounds good. Well, hey, best of luck out there in Tulsa. And yeah, go get them. Go Tennessee.
Thanks, Hatch. Go Tennessee.
All right. Thanks everyone.